Fucking do. It seems that Mr. Beast has been exposed. Okay, so I wanted to talk directly about the video, yeah, but now instead I'm gonna talk about the two-faced lies in particular. Two-faced liars, actually. I wonder something, yeah. I wonder a lot from a lot of people because I experience similar things this every day. But first off, let's talk about Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is basically the YouTube Jesus, or that's most critical. But like Mr. Beast is portrayed as this good guy who does absolutely nothing wrong, and is just an overall amazing human being. But recently, one of Mr. Beast's former employees just seems to have outed him as of recent, and I'm quite shocked it took this long for him to do so because quite frankly, a lot of people would have outed him because he works with quite a number of people, and only a select few decide to talk about Mr. Beast every now and then and just like, expose him and people care. But this seems to be the one that has gained the most traction and the most interest of viewers because it seems to be the most legitimate. And even myself, after watching the video, it feels like my opinion on Mr. Beast has changed. And this is quite interesting for me, yeah. Because I went through a similar situation where people keep having this sort of two face to me. But like I said, we'll get down to it a bit later. So it seems to me that Jimmy fakes most of his videos, which is something I assumed was the case, but I don't think children assume that, but who knows? He fakes most of his videos. Most of the random contestants that we see on his videos are apparently close friends or family or people with a following. Yeah. And now that he talks about it, yeah, it seems more and more apparent because even if like in the grand scheme of things, out of like 100 people, maybe a few were actually just random people assuming they would make money, then what Mr. Beast is doing is completely illegal. At least from what I know. Yeah. It's alleged, it's illegal. There's no two ways about it. And when you think of this, yeah, Mr. Beast just absolutely dabbling in illegal activities. I'm like, I don't find this too shocking because Mr. Beast is a businessman. He is a businessman. It was inevitable for us to find out that Jimmy was just not the angel we thought he was. I didn't think he was just the most amazing human being. I obviously knew he had his flaws, but I didn't expect all this. I didn't expect like it to be to this degree, but now it makes sense. He is a businessman, truth be told. Truth be told. After all this, I feel like people are gonna have a quite interesting perception of Mr. Beast now. And that's basically what having a two face does to people. The person that they wanted to know now just doesn't exist anymore. This is something human beings do quite often, yeah, portraying themselves with a mask. And on YouTube, that happens more apparently than, you know, any other place. In like whether you meet up in reality, this and that. As no, not even just YouTube, the internet in general. We all hide behind masks generally in real life, yeah. But when it comes to the internet, it becomes more and more apparent that we all do have our own masks and our own personas that we hide behind. And this clearly is Jimmy's persona. We've finally seen the mask ripped off. And now this may change a lot of people's opinion on it, like it has done mine, but it hasn't shifted it too much. I never really put Jimmy on quite the highest pedestal, obviously, because the whole thing with Ava Chris Tyson, yeah, it just made it more and more apparent that most of, if not his closer family or friends, could possibly not just be the great human beings that we know. Not everyone is Jimmy, as we assumed. Let's just assume that we assume that Jimmy was the best person or a good person. Not everyone around him would be equal to that, or not everyone around him would be Jimmy. Just because you definitely do attract what you are, it just may seem like that. And if there's a friend of Jimmy's who turns out to be a two-faced jerk off, yeah, a two-faced jerk off, yeah, what makes you think that a lot of his friends or family who participate in these challenges, who we see do these things, just, absolute not jerk offs themselves? I don't know. It's just something you need to think about. Are they all hiding behind a mask? Do you think you would be able to handle finding out that most people that you think were good are just pricks? It happens. I mean, people are not gonna waste time to cancel it and then just forget everything that's happened so far. And fair point. Fair. But like I said, it all depends on how evil someone has, it all depends on how evil this person has been. Yeah, because I'm not a firm believer that, oh, one evil act automatically makes this person a bad person. But then if he is constantly faking videos, especially the ones that people would find real, because I mean there are times that, like, apparently he's just, editing different audios into the thing, into his videos, and not entirely all of his challenges are staged. But then the ones with him, yeah, because people already assume that Mr. Beast is a busy man, it seems unlikely that he would be able to participate in so many of these challenges because he has a lot to do on, he has a lot on his plate, and it seems to make sense now. If you consider this, it starts to make a bit more sense. People perceived Mr. Beast as the good guy, so no one even decided to consider this or question Mr. Beast at least too much, other than a few select people. And this came, and when the few select people that we know that went after Mr. Beast, we never gave them traction. Therefore, we just assumed they were talking absolute bullshit because what, you already know Mr. Beast as good guy. Someone cannot come out and say accuse him of something, and people are gonna care. It happens. It happens unless without completely legitimate proof. But people have actually been doing this, but no one cared enough to. So this seems to be one of the most biggest expositions so far, and like people are not taking it well. I tell you, someone said, "Oh, like if Markiplier gets exposed, I'm actually gonna lose it," and I find that quite funny because that makes sense. A lot of people put on their personas and come on the internet. Yeah, and it happens. It's not unheard of. It's not impossible. It happens. We're not all good people ourselves. And I do not expect every last one of my subscribers to be great people. But I perceive them as great people because they subscribe to me. You see? I've therefore just given everyone, you know, you're a great person card, but then you can still do bad things. It happens. I don't know, man. I had a few friends, yeah. They often at times put on masks and speak to me, and like it makes me feel distant from them, like I never knew these people. And this is exactly what people should know. They should know that they never knew Jimmy. That's the truth. It's the internet. I've mentioned this before, just not on the internet. You can't like someone you don't know, because no matter what you're meeting, what you know is a persona. You can't tell me that you liked Jimmy now, because the Jimmy you liked seems to be some illegal con artist. And then what makes it what now? Now that you know, yeah, has your opinion been shifted? Do you just automatically hate Jimmy? But this is the same Jimmy you always knew. This was the same Jimmy. This Jimmy did these things in front of your eyes, just wearing his mask. And now people are finding out and they're just like, fuck. Because, like, Jimmy was also in the Ava Chris Tyson Discord server, which was kind of weird. They were talking about minors. Next thing you know, he's gonna get exposed for doing the same thing or something similar or even worse. It's I'm sure we should all prepare for such a thing, but who knows? Who knows? No one's gonna listen to me. I'm just an unknown YouTuber. If this ever does gain some type of traction, then I would be very happy. But I'm just talking about people having wearing their own personas on their sleeves. It happens. Yeah. Has my opinion of Mr. Beast been changed due to the video? Yes. Did I think Mr. Beast was an all around good guy? No. That's not true. You don't become successful by being good. This is an interesting quote that people really should take into consideration a bit more. A lot of people who are considered as good people aren't always gonna be good people. This is what you should know. There's even me myself, I am not, I've mentioned it before in my previous comment section in one of my videos. Yeah, that I will try to be as real as I possibly can with you guys. I will try to show you my transparent. I would try and be as transparent as I can with you guys. I want you to see me and think of a YouTuber who you can relate to a bit more. Because me, while you may always want to be the good person in the situation, as a YouTuber, as a YouTuber, influencer, content creator, anything that has to do with online work, you're not always gonna be able to do the right thing. It's just the truth. You're gonna always have to step on a few people to get to the top, and it's gonna happen eventually. You will have to make that tough decision every now and then. And it might haunt you, it might not. The more you do it, the easier it gets more fucked up, the deeper down the rabbit hole you go. But that's just humanity for you, man. We aren't good creatures. And I don't expect each and every one of you to be. I just expect you guys to be decent human beings. Try your best to be decent human beings. You mustn't always step on people. You mustn't always hide behind a persona. You mustn't always lie to people. The more you lie to people, you're showing them a persona. Try to be real. Try to be more and more real. Try to be as real as possible. Try to be you a bit more. And then you'll enjoy life so much more that way. Nonetheless, if you like this video, then, well, like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't, just comment or dislike the video. I would actually prefer that. It would be pretty cool to hear your own opinions of the video in my comment section. I'm fond of replying to my comments, so go on ahead. I'm gonna reply to you. And thanks for watching, guys. If you want to support me a bit more, check out my throne profile. It's in my YouTube bio, yada yada yada. Make sure to never always wear a mask. Make sure to try to be yourself a bit more. So, yeah. I don't want to keep talking too much. I kind of want to get to the 15-minute mark. Oh well, nonetheless. Thanks for watching, guys.